Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm going to share a new kit that I put together using my stash. I'm going to call this kit Winter Magic Kit, and I'm going to use a lot of winter photos of my two sons playing in the snow or walking through the snow, or just photos of them on a cold day. So I have quite a few photos. I believe I have 12 layouts planned with this kit, and it's a pretty large kit, but I do like a lot of pattern paper, and I do have quite a few double page layouts planned, so I'm hoping to get a lot of it used up and out of my stash. That is definitely the plan for this year, is to use a lot more stash and not buy as many products, just because I have so much stuff. And I noticed like a lot of the papers that I even show in this collection right now are repeating the same, but they're from different collections. So, which tells me that I really don't need to buy new products. I need to use the products I have. These bubble photos here I actually did yesterday. That layout is already up. And I just decided those photos really didn't match the papers that I had pulled out. So I decided to do them with a different collection. And then there's one other photo in here that I won't be scrapbooking either because it doesn't really match the papers that I pulled. So I decided not to put it in the kit, but I might do it later in the month with other papers if I find a different collection that matches it. I did try to pull a lot of the blue, which a lot of the winter collections are blue anyways, but I did pull out some of the red collections also, since my son is wearing red in some of the photos, and red just goes really well with blue, and a lot of the winter collections have red in them. These photos are actually from a blizzard in 2005, so I'm glad to finally get those scrapbooked. And these ones will actually go in my nieces and nephews' photo album because it's them playing on our front porch. And they're literally on the front porch, and the snow is as high as the front door. We couldn't even open the front door for a couple of days. And plus, the house faces north, which is really bad in Colorado if your house faces north, because the snow does not melt that easily. These photos here are actually 5 by 7s, and there's one 4 by 6. Those are the ones I'm actually going to use on today's layout. I have quite a few 5 by 7 photos of my older son. That was just a photo size that I used to like to print, and now I usually print much smaller. So it's kind of weird how you go from large to small, but I still enjoy the larger photos also. This catching snowflakes I'm going to use on today's layout. The bubble one I already used on yesterday's layout. Sorry, I have a little frog in my throat. I'm hoping not to cough. I tried to do this voiceover last night, but I just kept coughing and coughing. So I'm hoping tonight I can get through it. Um, I do have quite a few embellishments I pulled, and they also go with the papers that I'm going to show. Most of the papers are either from Echopark, Simple Stories, or I believe I pulled a few paper rows mainly to use as backgrounds. And these little ribbons and embellishments here are from Not Just for Boys, one of their older kits. I still had a few of the ribbons left over. And Rediscover Your Stash actually has a challenge this month to use ribbons and threads on your layout. So that's going to work perfectly for that challenge. I'm going to just put those right back in that little bag. And then I'm going to show quite a few ephemera packs. I'm not going to open them right now just because there's so many of them. And most of them are new. Most of them have all the pieces in them that I'm showing on the back. There's a few missing out of a couple of them, but for the most part, they're pretty much new. So that's why I pulled them, because I really need to use them. That one there that I was showing is actually a mix of Echopark and Pretty Little Studio. These ones here are Feeling Frosty, and those are brand new from Simple Stories. I have the entire collection, except for I don't have any of the 12 by 12 papers. I only have the 6 by 9 papers. This one here, Sub Zero, I think is that what that one's called. and that's also from Simple Stories, and I did use that one for a layout. I believe a double page layout, and I'm going to go ahead and use it again and try to get a little bit more of it used. I probably won't use everything in the kit, especially the embellishments, but I will try to use a whole lot of the papers. Some of the embellishments can always cross over to other papers later on, but I really want to just use a lot of what I have in my stash. This is the 6x8 pad. That matches the filling frosty along with these foam stickers here, and then the chipboard. And then I have another foam set that I'm going to show here in just a minute. That's actually from a farm collection. One of the photos, my youngest son is holding a cow in his coat, his little stuffed cow. He loved that cow, and he used to put him in his coat because he didn't want him to get cold. These are die cut snowflakes, and I'm going to use those to die cut some snowflakes for the layouts, or metal dies. This one here is actually from an older Simple Stories. They used to have 6x12 stickers, and an alpha sheet was one of the stickers, and then like icons. And then I have chipboard pieces from Echopark, including frames. This here is a 12x12 sticker sheet from Echopark. This one is from Simple Stories. And obviously I've used some of it. This one here I'm going to use on today's layout. And I've used a lot of it, but I also still have a lot to use on it. This one here is Echopark also, and that's from a newer collection. I will say what the names of some of the collections are when I actually use them on layouts. Right now I don't have the list in front of me. And the one before this sticker sheet was actually a newer Photoplay one that just came out with Yetis. And Yetis are one of my favorites, along with snowmen. So I'm going to try to use that one on the layout. I have some cute photos of my younger son who wore, he used to call it his snow monster hat, but it was actually a Yeti hat. And then I have all these scraps that I pulled out. I hold on to a lot of my scraps as long as I still have larger pieces left that go with the collection, or if I have stickers. So these were all in my winter stash. So I'm showing you just what I have. And again, they're a mix of all the different collections, the Simple Stories and Echopark. Mainly the scraps are Echopark and Simple Stories. And then all the 12x12 papers are going to be a mix of Simple Stories, Echopark, Photoplay, and Paper Rose. And I'm going to also pull in wood grain. A lot of the winter collections actually come with wood grain, but I also pulled in some wood grain that is from Memory Lane, and Echopark came out with two brand new wood grain packs, and I believe I pulled in one or two of those sheets also. Sorry, that cough keeps trying to come back. I'm trying not to allow it to come out, but so sorry about the weird voiceover, but I need to get this done. So this one here is the new Photoplay one, and I really enjoyed this one. I think I'm going to really enjoy the layout when I get it done. The cow paper for the cow photos, and I'm going to mix that with some of the winter papers. In that one was one of the Paper Rose. Actually, all three of those are. This is a newer Simple Stories collection that just came out, and I'm going to use that for one of the photos. I'm not sure if I'll have another photo with that one or not, but I definitely will have one. And then this one here, I had the entire pack of that winter one by Echopark. So here I'm going to get started on the layout. I actually have two of the 5x7 photos and one 4x6. I'm going to cut both of the 5x7s down and make them a little bit smaller, just so they're not so large on the double 8.5 by 11 layout. And then I'm going to use that large cut file that's catching snowflakes. And I believe that cut file is almost like an 8.5 by 11 cut file. And I'm going to place it right in the middle of the two pages. So it's going to go right in the middle of the double page layout, which is the way that I like to use large cut files like that. Sorry, I keep trying not to cough, but oh my god, it's so hard. I don't know what it is, but I wish it would go away. Anyways, I have these snowflakes that I think are so cool, and some of these little cut aparts I'm going to get on the layout. And for the actual layout, I'm going to lay that mountain paper, which is like the minty green color, right in the middle, and then the snowflakes on the left and right side. And I'm looking for the layout so I can read what some of those little words say that I put on the layout. But here I'm just trying to make it even, so it's 8.5 on both sides. And then I decided to take a 1/4-inch strip by 11 inches and place it on the left and the right side. And that just kind of gave an ending and a beginning at the right and left side of the layout, with that darker paper at the end of the white snowflake paper. And I think it looks really good. So I like that I did that. I didn't decide to do that right away, so I have to cut into this other paper to get another strip, but it's okay. I can still use those other two pieces on another layout at a later date. So here I'm just laying this one down. I'm just using liquid glue since it's really thin. And then I'm going to get started on the cut file. I already backed it off camera just because that takes a minute. All I do is trace the letters and then cut them out. And then I just used one paper to do that, the brighter blue colored paper that has snowflakes on it also, but they're smaller snowflakes. And then you can see that I cut down the 5x7 photos. The larger one is the one that is vertical, this one here. And it's probably like 5.5 by, or no, 4.5 by 6.5, sorry. And then the other one is a little bit smaller than that. I believe that one's 5x6. And then the little photo, the 4x6, I trimmed it down to, I believe it's 3.5 by 4 inches. It's not quite a square, but it's not actually not quite a rectangle either. So I know it's not even. And then the embellishments, I'm going to keep it fairly simple since the photos are so large in the large cut file. I used the little snowman one on the left-hand side that says Fun in the Snow, and then Happy Snow Day, and one of the little mountain stickers, and then a large snowflake, and I will add in some little green leaves. I think I do those after I turn off the camera, but they're definitely in the close-ups. And then down by the bottom photo, I added a little snowman and a little label that says Snow Much Fun. And then over on the right hand side, another snowman. Let it snow. Today was perfect. And I do have place for journaling on the right hand side down at the bottom. And I added sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps all around on the larger snowflake and then around by the photos also. And I added a few stickers on the snowflake or on the cut file also. And that is my layout for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for my voice, but I wanted to share my new kit and my layout for today. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.